Last year, Ana de Armas did films like Blonde and Deep Water, and those films didn't quite connect with me, and she has a new film now available to check out on appleplus TV called Ghosted. But is this film actually worth your time, and should you be sitting down to actually stream it? Well, stick around and let's discuss it. Cole falls head over heels for Sadie, but then makes the shocking discovery that she's a secret agent. Before they can decide on a second date, Cole and Sadie are swept away on an international adventure to save the world. The film stars Chris Evans, Ana de Armas, Adrien Brody, Mike Moe, Tate Donovan, Amy Sedaris, and many others, and was directed by Dexter Fletcher, and he's done one other film that I've seen called Rocketman. I believe I saw one trailer at some point in time, and I saw that Ana de Armas was going to be in this film and Chris Evans, and I was like, I'll go ahead and check it out, what the heck. Honestly, Ana de Armas hasn't been making good movies lately, so I was very skeptical going into this film. And I have to say, she's continuing her streak here because this was not a good movie. So you have Sadie, played by Ana de Armas. She meets Cole, and she is a CI operative. She's in between missions. Cole, he is a farmer and a vendor, and they have this awkward romance that they apparently like each other. I have no idea why they like each other, because they kind of go in like small little arguments. They have this one conversation where they don't really fit narratively with how they actually perceive a flower. And then the mother is like, oh, you should ask her out. You guys were really hitting it off. And he's like, we were really hitting it off. So then he actually asks her out, and apparently they go on a date. They have sex together, and apparently they are a couple until one day she actually ghosts him. So his family tells him that he should actually surprise Sadie and go visit her. So apparently he has a tracker that he used for his inhaler, and he is going to meet her up in London. So he tries to track her, and then meanwhile he gets kidnapped. So apparently these different villains are looking for this particular weapon, and they have this Taxman they keep bringing up throughout the film. Oh, the Taxman. They keep bringing that up the entire film. And I found that the action scenes in here, they're very generic. A lot of the gun shooting and the way that the choreography was, it's definitely stuff that you've seen before. The film, it puts a lot of different cameos with a lot of different people that you have seen in different action films, which was really random. Adrien Brody, I really didn't care for his character at all. Most of the villains in here and everybody that was going for this particular weapon, which we don't really find out what this weapon actually really does throughout the film. We see these characters on screen, and really it's hard to really get into any of them. I feel like all the action scenes are destroyed by a bunch of radio hit music. We get Be My Girl with Jet, we get My Sharona, we get a few Dua Lipa songs, a few other songs like Bruno Mars, and every time we have some type of fight scene, we've got to put one of these hit songs, and I think that it ruins the action scenes, and unfortunately we get that throughout the entire film. One of the best action scenes that I will say involves a bus. I think that's the most positive that I can say about this film. I didn't laugh in this film. I didn't really get the humor at all. I didn't feel like it was a film that I really cared about the two main characters. I never felt they had a really strong love connection. And overall, to me, it just felt like a very generic film that unfortunately just couldn't hold my attention. I really started zoning out and thinking of other things I could do, and unfortunately, that's the worst thing a movie can actually do. The dialogue for the film, it felt at points kind of sitcom-like, and then other times it felt like dialogue that just was kind of a lot of banter and arguing back and forth. There are many times in the film where people say, "Oh, you two should get a room. Oh, you two should get a room." We just kept hearing that over and over and over, and I was like, oh my gosh. Honestly, this movie was very agonizing to get through. I felt like it was really, really long. It was only about an hour and 45 minutes, I believe. But I just really could never get into it. Unfortunately, it's a film that I don't think that you guys should check out. But if you're really interested in checking it out, then go right ahead, because I understand with the cast. But I feel like a lot of people now, especially like the bigger actors, a lot of them are taking these films, and I feel like a lot of these streaming services are putting on a lot of these generic action films and throwing them on their streaming service and trying to get users to actually check these films out. And unfortunately, a lot of them are very mediocre. The dialogue isn't very good. And unfortunately, a lot of them are just very boring movies, and this is just another one to throw in the pile that I'm going to completely forget by the end of the year. As far as the score for this film, I would give it a 1 out of 5. Not much to really say positive about this film, and honestly, if you were interested in this film, I honestly would skip it because you're really not missing much. It's just another film to throw in anadearmas pile of trash that she has performed in, and unfortunately it's really sad because I really like her as an actress, but she keeps getting in these bad movies that I just don't care about, unfortunately. But let me know in the comments, what did you think about this film? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Was it just kind of meh? And if you haven't seen this film, are you going to check it out? Thank you guys for watching this review as always, and I will see you guys on my next review.